Hey, real quick, have you ever gone through midways of the day and you start getting that sweaty, soggy, wet feeling in the lower butt region of your underwear? Maybe your pants? It starts getting real uncomfortable and real embarrassing real quick. You kind of hope it dries up and goes away on its own, and maybe it does, but that is until it starts getting really dry and really itchy. Trust me, I understand. You're probably just dying to go back there and give it a nice good scratch because it's been driving you nuts all day. But hey, you're at school. You might be at work. Hey, you might even be on a date. You can't be doing that in front of everyone. It just looks a little tacky. Well, we're gonna go over 6 main ways to get rid of that smelly, wet, and just irritating butt fungus, aka swamp ass. And most importantly, you don't have to go around picking out wedgies throughout most of the day. In the meantime, roll intro. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your man, the Fresh Pharmacist, and so we're here to get rid of some of that sweaty butt funkiness that's killing your day. And now that it's sweating, it's starting to feel like soggy diapers, it's starting to ride up, and it's starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. And you don't really want to be pulling that out during the middle of the day. Hey, I get it, we're all unique. And maybe your butt just sweats just cause it likes to sweat. Whatever the case is, it's something that lots of people actually go through, even though it doesn't necessarily help with the embarrassment factor. So step number 1 that we have to talk about is your clothes. So if you live in a warmer climate, or if it's just that time of the season where it's really hot like summer, if you're not wearing clothes that allows for great airflow, you're starting off on the wrong foot right off the bat. So certain materials like cotton and synthetic fabrics are notorious for not or reducing the amount of airflow that your body might need to at least dry up that moisture. Since there's a lot of moisture, it's the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and fungus to grow, and well, that leads to the problems that you might be experiencing. And don't even get me started on leather pants. If you're a big butt sweater, just say no to leather pants. So wearing more breathable materials or fabrics like linen, for example, are really awesome, especially in the hot and warm climates, just because it allows for more airflow, allows it to cool down the body a little bit, and helps reduce or wick away some of that moisture. Even if you have to wear sports underwear from companies like Under Armour or Nike or Adidas, they specifically make those materials that help wick away moisture, which are awesome on those hot sunny days where you know you're going to be sweating a lot. You're definitely going to want to go through your closet, see which items are the #1 offenders in causing the reduced airflow and increase in sweat. Maybe save those for the cooler days where hopefully you don't sweat as much. And tip number 2, still on clothes, you actually gotta change them more often. If you know that you have a sweaty butt funk problem and around the middle of the day you always tend to have a pretty soggy pair of underwears that you're wearing, I would probably suggest that you either A, you gotta have some spare underwear or t-shirts in your car, or 2, carry it in a bag that you can have some quick access to, run to the bathroom, change out your drawers real quick, put on a new pair of clean, fresh, breathable drawers. That's gonna help you throughout the rest of the day. And ladies, I know you like to wear your leggings during certain aerobic or exercises, say yoga or weightlifting. Sometimes it's even just spin class. But in those cases where you're sitting in one confined area for an extended period of time, you cause a lot of friction and moisture to build up. So when you get off and you do other exercise routines like your yoga, maybe just stretching, you can see those spots right in the crack of your butt a lot easier. And in that case, again, you always want to buy that material from those sports products like Nike and Under Armour, which have that material which wicks away a lot of that moisture. And now we're on to tip number 3. This is a really important one, and that's your hygiene. Butt hair. Some of you have it, some of you don't. Some have more than others. The thing about it is, if you're not cleaning thoroughly with all that hair, some of that hair can retain a little bit of that residue. So if it's looking like this by the time you're done, well, then you're not done yet. Make sure you clean all of this out thoroughly. You shouldn't have any extra residue by the time you're done with your number 2s.
He look confused. Chocolate? This is doo-doo, baby. I said, ah!
Okay, last thing I'm gonna say about hair. If you are the type that tends to have a little bit more than usual hair down there, well, I would suggest go to your nearest convenience store, pick up a little trimmer, trim the hedges and the bushes down there, and make it a little bit more easier to clean. It'll help you in the future with maintaining a nice and clean environment so a lot of bacteria and fungus don't grow. Also, while we're on the topic, I might recommend you guys pick up some of these. Cottonelle wet wipes. A lot of times your regular toilet paper can be pretty drying and irritating. So in those cases, when you already have an itchy butt, you probably don't want to use anything that's going to irritate it any further. So a lot of times in these cases, you can use Cottonelle flushable wipes so you can flush them just like you would do normal toilet paper. And for the last part about hygiene, you can also buy antimicrobial washes that you can use in the shower. So like I said, it all starts in the shower and in the bathroom, making sure things are clean. That way, if you have a nice antimicrobial wash that you can use, maybe after you use the bathroom, you can take a shower, use an antimicrobial wash just to make sure you can get through all the crevices that you may need to make sure you're nice, clean, and fresh for the start or the middle of the day. So after you get out of the shower, dry off, why don't you just dust yourself off with a little powder to help absorb some of that moisture that you might get throughout the day. And also, for some of you out there who might have a problem with any of the powders that contain talc, there's actually a lot of them out there that are powders that don't actually contain any. So there's a really good one called Chassis Premium Body Powder for men. It doesn't contain any talc, and it doesn't leave your butt smelling like a newborn right after you apply it. It actually lasts throughout the day pretty long, so just think about picking it up. I have a link below if you want to check it out. So maybe you've had a lot of that moisture accumulate, and maybe it's causing a lot of irritation, maybe even a bit of a funky smell coming out of your underwear. And in that case, you gotta go with an antifungal cream that you can find at any of your local pharmacies or even on Amazon. Pick up some Lotrimin, which the main ingredient in that is clotrimazole. It's just an antifungal ingredient that's gonna help get rid of any fungal buildup that might be causing that irritation. So it may take a couple of weeks before the entire infection goes away, but it should help with some of the itching as the fungal infection starts to resolve. Now, if the itching is getting really bad, what I probably would recommend is some Caladryl Clear Lotion. It's really good as being a skin protectant and also helping to relieve some of that itch. And it's not as thick as one of those Aveeno lotions that's just real thick and lotiony and just seems to clump up over time. This one is actually clear, it's thin, and it spreads pretty evenly. So there it is, y'all. 6 quick and easy steps to get rid of your sweaty, itchy, butt fungus fungal infection. So I provided some affiliate links down below for all the products that you've seen. That way they can all be delivered to your house at once. Unless you like walking into the CVS and pulling up to the counter with your own fresh pharmacist, get rid of your fungal butt infection utility kit. And that way you can just do it that way too. But whatever works for you, do what you do. In the meantime, if you have any questions, hit your boy up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to pound that like button as well. I'm out.